everyone, welcome back to my channel, Anita Library. I'm Anita and this is my library. So first, I just want to say I'm sorry if there's a little bit of background noise. I have the AC on because I'm in Texas and it's hot. And then secondly, the dishwasher is running right now. So it might be a little bit noisy. Please try to overlook it. I will be more mindful in the future of when I'm going to do house chores and film videos, but you're an adult, you get it. So today I am going to be doing my hardest reading challenge ever update. I decided to do the update for this about 3 weeks into the month. It just seemed to work out best that way when I was planning out my content. So I know it hasn't been quite a full month since we started, but that's when we're going to do our first update, and I'll give you kind of what my plan is, what my thought is for the rest of the month, and then we'll pick up with the actual like full month's worth update in August. Cool. So far I have read 7 books, and every book that I read is going on this challenge. So and pretty much any book that you read can go on the challenge, at least at the beginning, because there's alphabet challenge, there's color challenge, there's genre challenge. Like every book can go on the challenge right out the gate. So I haven't knocked out too many things as far as like a unique category, but I have completed one, and I didn't mean to. It just kind of happened that way. I completed the Queer Rainbow. So I didn't do the full disclosure, I didn't do the entire Queer Rainbow. I just picked 3 books from the Queer Rainbow, and those books were Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. There was lesbian representation. Then for the bisexual or pansexual representation, I read Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. And then for questioning representation, I picked Ace of Spades by Farida Abike-Iyemide. And I had no clue that any of those books had queer representation in them when I picked them up, and it just kind of fell that way as I was reading them. I think those were like the first 3 books that I read this month, and I was immediately able to check off that box. So that was very, very surprisingly satisfying to be able to do that. I also doubled up those books with other prompts. They're not really exciting. It's like the alphabet prompt or my name prompt or something like that. So that's not super duper exciting. I did go ahead and knock out the sci-fi genre because I don't have a lot of sci-fi. So I ended up putting The Blueprint by Regiana Rashad in that slot. I'm currently reading it. I'm about 50% done. I'm gonna give you a little sneaky peeky about my thoughts. It's kind of slow moving for me, but I've read books before, they pick up around the 60-75% mark or whatever, so I'm interested. It's just the writing style is a little more sophisticated than I'm used to for like fiction leisure reading. So it really is something that I have to like sit and read and don't blink, you get me? But anywho, that is my sci-fi pick, and that will be done by the end of the month. So that's on track, and I'm glad to have that done because the only other sci-fi book that I had, it was a library book. I read it, and it can be used for the challenge if I read it before the challenge started. So, and I don't think I have any more sci-fi, so I'm really glad to get that one out of the way. And then other than that, I picked Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. I also used that book to represent the prompt for protagonist names of people you know. And I know a Brad. I used to work with a Brad. The main male character's name is Brad. So I have 1 name out of 3. There has to be 3 names for this prompt. So I have 1 out of 3. So I'm really excited about that one. Other than that, I got to update the prompt for books set in other countries or from authors or or authors from other countries. Darling Girls was set in Australia. Also for the blueprint, the book that I'm currently reading, that is a book that I heard about from a small booktuber. It is Kayla's Bookish Vibes. I don't think she's read it yet, but she mentioned it in one of her videos, and it sounded really interesting, so I ran and picked it up, and I got that. So that is 2 for that one. And I'm able to do that because you can double up the genre challenge. So I picked the genre challenge and then the 5 small booktubers for that one. I read a Kindle Unlimited book. I made that prompt. I altered that one from something that was originally in the challenge. My prompt says 5 Kindle Unlimited books. I read 1. It is Blindsided by Love by Monica Walters, and it was a novella. I can't remember how many pages it was, but it wasn't super duper long. I think it was probably like a 4-hour long read. I got it on Kindle Unlimited, obviously, so I read it on my Kindle. And it is a part of a very, very long series. I think it's like 21 books in it. So I don't know if I'm gonna read all 21 books, but I will definitely continue the series until I don't feel like it anymore. But I really, really like that one. So that is 1 Kindle Unlimited book. And then finally, I have read for the prompt, 3 or more blurbs on a book. I explained this in another video that I read A Love Like the Sun, which was blue, and I cannot find that book. I have no idea where that book is in my home, and I literally just cleaned it. It might be under the bed or something. But A Love Like the Sun has blurbs on it. I have to choose 3 authors that have blurbed the book and read books from them as well. So I've read the first book, The Love Like the Sun, and then I have 3 more books to read based off of the blurbers. I hope that makes sense. So I've read the first book, now I have to read 3 more. They are on my soft TBR because I didn't put them on the TBR at the beginning of the month, because at the beginning of the month I did TBR jar and I only picked 5 just because I don't want to be like forced to read these 15 books and I don't have the flexibility to mood read as I see fit. So now that I do really, really well with my July TBR, I can just read whatever the mood is giving. So I'm really looking forward to reading these other books that are on my soft TBR. I'm also looking forward to reading the other books that are on my official TBR, and they will have their space in this as well. But I'm getting off track. Those are all the books that I've read so far. That's where they are on my challenge. And I am doing really, really well. If you're interested, I am doing the book buying points system. I'm moving here shortly in a couple of months, and I don't want to accumulate more books to be moving them up the street and around the corner and all that stuff. So my goal is to not buy any more books, at least until I move. But if I'm being honest, I can stand to not buy any more physical books for the rest of the year and be totally fine with like book material and everything. And then there's still the library, there's still Libby, there's still Kindle Unlimited, you know what I mean? So if I want a new book, I can still read other stuff. It's just, I just kind of want to keep it tight, keep it cute. So that's my plan, and I didn't intend to go with the book buying point system of the original game wholeheartedly, but now I'm more leaning towards that. So I have changed the points because of that, because the way that it was originally, girl, I was gonna have to read 90 books to earn 1, and that's just not realistic. Like, let's be all the way real right now. So I have read the way that I've made the points. I'm not gonna like dilly out how I've done each and every one, but just to put it in perspective, I've read 7 books, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 books, and I have earned 62 points, and you need 100 points to buy a book. And if you have looked at the spreadsheet, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there are things as far as like if you read a 5-star read, you get extra points for that. If you read a book over 500 pages, you get points for that. If you finish a book in a day, you get extra points for that. And you can change how many points you want to allot to certain things, which is what I did, because just based off of my reading habits, I knew where things are gonna be tougher for me or easier or whatnot. So I didn't make it too easy, so like, oh, I read 2 books, I earned another book. Like, no, but I made it a little bit more realistic for my reading pace, my reading goals, and all that type of stuff. So I have earned 62% of 1 book. And other than that, that is where I am with my challenge, my reading challenge. I am really excited. What I do have unofficially on my goals for the rest of the month, for the month of July, I do still need to read a book that was published in July. Now, the original creator of this tag or of this challenge, QWERTY, here on YouTube, she messaged me in the comments of my original video, and she says that there is a 30-day grace period for that particular prompt to read a book that was published in the month that it was published. So because the book that I'm interested in, it doesn't publish till July 31st, and I'm like, I have to read it in a day, and I just really don't want to put myself in that hole. But she says if it's published on July 31st, we have till August 31st to read it. So I think I'm still gonna go that route with it, because I haven't found a book that was published this month that I'm really wanting to read. Well, you know what? I did buy a book yesterday, and I know I was just talking all that stuff about not trying to buy more books, but I bought it because it is a signed copy. It's Elementary by Elise Bryant, and it's a signed copy. So that's why I bought it. It was like $14 or something like that. And I do think that this came out this month, if I'm not mistaken. It has the year, it doesn't have the month. July 2024, and it says first edition. Oh, yay. So I can read this. I don't have to wait till the end of the month and use that book. I can definitely use this book. So this is going on my unofficial TBR. And then the rest of those blurb books that I was describing, I have Emily Henry, Happy Place, Charlene Obuobi, On Rotation, and Christina Forrest, The Partner Plot. Those are on my TBR. I have a couple of those. I have all of them. It's a physical copy, but I have a couple of those on audio, so that will help me get through them a little bit quicker and to meet this July goal. But other than that, that's all I have planned to complete as far as what this challenge is presenting to me right now. I think I'm doing okay, but I feel good. I feel so inspired. I'm so excited. Like, I'll finish a book, I'll do my rating, and I'll open up my spreadsheet, which is what I've been looking at this whole time. It's on my laptop. I open my spreadsheet and I'm like, okay, where can I put this on my bingo board? And like, just where can I like get an extra sense of accomplishment? I already get a sense of accomplishment just like closing the book, you know? But this challenge is so exciting. So I'm pretty sure I've talked about it every single video since I did the intro, but if you are scared or intimidated by it, I recommend just adapting just a little bit. Don't make it so it's not hard anymore. Make it so it's challenging but attainable for you, and it still fits your goals and your interests, but it just makes reading so exciting, and it's something that you can do just without any extra stuff. You don't need cards or dice or game boards or anything like that. You just use what you have and be intentional about what you're reading. So that's my spiel. That is my update for the month of July. Check back next month around the third week for my update if you want to follow me along with this challenge. I highly encourage you to join it. I will leave the original content creator in the description box down below. She is excellent. If you have questions, you can ask me, you can ask her. She can definitely shed some insight on what her intent is and kind of clear up anything, or and hopefully my testimony is going to be able to make it seem less scary. Like, I am a fresh reader. I just started reading again this year in February after taking maybe like 5 years of break, and I'm not intimidated by it at all. Since I started the challenge, I have not been intimidated by it. I'm actually the opposite. I'm really excited. So if you're worried about it, just come on. You're reading anyway. Just come on. Come on. If you like this video, if you are joining the challenge, give it a thumb up. Yay! And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing before moving on. I have tons of things knocking over all over the place. That's fine. I have tons of fun things planned for my channel, so please subscribe so you don't miss. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!